Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're zooming in on an absolutely foundational concept. We're looking at something that literally dictates how every single medication you've ever taken actually does its job, the mechanisms of pharmaceutical absorption. We're moving way past the basic biology here. We're going to dive deep into those structural pathways that govern how a seemingly simple chemical compound transforms into a working medical treatment inside your body.
So think about this for a second. How does a pharmaceutical truly enter the system, right? It's a process we completely take for granted when we just gulp down a pill with our morning coffee. But let me tell you, that journey from swallowing it to actually feeling its physiological effect is anything but instantaneous. And it is definitely not simple. We're hunting for the exact biological pathway a compound has to take to navigate the incredibly harsh environments of the human body just to become active.
Which brings us to Section 1. Welcome to Lecture 8. We are officially stepping into the realm of applied science.
Lecture 08, Drug Absorption Mechanisms. This right here, this marks the exact point where high-level theory slams into tangible, messy biological reality. Under this specific banner, we aren't just chatting about what a drug is supposed to do in some sterile petri dish. No, we're examining the literal gauntlet it has to run. We're talking about surviving stomach acid, squeezing across lipid bilayers, and somehow avoiding getting immediately filtered out by your liver. It's intense.
Moving right along to Section 2, Defining Pharmaceutical Absorption. This is the critical transition point.
There's actually a really fascinating linguistic shift happening here. We go from the highly formal clinical term pharmaceutical straight to the much more direct, everyday word drug. But, practically speaking, when that drug hits your system, your body honestly doesn't care about the terminology. It just treats that substance as a foreign chemical entity. And for that chemical to actually exert its intended effect, whether we're talking about lowering your blood pressure or just curing a stubborn headache, it first has to overcome massive physical and chemical barriers. Think about the highly acidic environment of your stomach, or the selectively permeable walls of your intestines. It's basically like breaking into a fortress.
And that's exactly where absorption comes in. Absorption is the central unifying action we're investigating today. It's that absolutely critical transition phase from the outside world directly into your bloodstream. Because think about it, without absorption, the compound remains totally separate from your systemic circulation. Eventually, it just passes right through you, doing absolutely nothing. To achieve absorption, these drug molecules must physically cross cell membranes. And whether this process is highly efficient or whether the drug is just destroyed before it even gets to work, totally depends on factors like its lipid solubility, the pH level of the surrounding environment, and literally just the physical size of the molecule itself.
All right, let's shift gears and hit Section 3, the mechanisms at play. It's time to discover the how. So, what are the exact mechanisms driving this absorption? Because, spoiler alert, it isn't just one single magical pathway. Our bodies actually have distinct, identifiable, and measurable processes for moving these substances across biological barriers. Depending entirely on a drug's specific chemical makeup, it might just slip right through a cell wall like a ghost, or it might literally need to hijack a specialized transport protein just to get inside. And when we drill down from the broad macro-level idea of mechanisms of pharmaceutical absorption to the nitty-gritty micro-level focus of drug absorption mechanisms, we're really putting the microscope over the cellular level. This is exactly where we examine the huge difference between a drug that takes hours to kick in versus one that starts working in minutes. The specific properties of the drug molecule dictate exactly which biological mechanism it's forced to use, and that choice heavily impacts its overall bioavailability. In simple terms, that's the actual fraction of your initial dose that successfully makes it to your systemic circulation completely intact.
Let's unpack these biological machines at work, because it's pretty wild. The most common mechanism is passive diffusion. This is where drug molecules simply drift from an area of high concentration, like your gut, over to an area of lower concentration, like your blood. The best part, it doesn't require an ounce of cellular energy. But wait. Some drugs are just too large, or maybe they lack the right lipid solubility to pull that off. In those tougher cases, they have to rely on active transport. This is where your body actually has to burn energy, specifically ATP, to pump that drug across the cell membrane, fighting against the concentration gradient. These are the intricate, step-by-step biological realities that completely govern a medication's efficacy.
Okay, bringing it all together in Section 4, Summary and Next Steps. Let's quickly synthesize what we've learned. The conceptual journey we've mapped out today really highlights the sheer biological complexity of medication. We've traced the path from the initial ingestion of a substance all the way down to the microscopic cellular gateways it absolutely must pass through, whether it's utilizing passive diffusion to quietly slip into the bloodstream or requiring the heavy lifting of active transport. A chemical compound successfully navigating this biological machine is the absolute non-negotiable key to its efficacy as a drug.
So I'll leave you with this thought. How does mastering these mechanisms bridge the gap between simply popping a pill and actually experiencing a complex medical cure? Well, understanding these precise physiological pathways is quite literally the only way to decode that journey. Without absorption, a drug is just a chemical sitting uselessly in your digestive tract. With it, it successfully enters the bloodstream and becomes life-saving medicine. Which mechanism will dictate your next treatment? That is exactly the kind of question that makes the science of pharmacology so endlessly fascinating, and it definitely leaves us hungry for Lecture 09.